Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Daily Sun's Evening News Bulletin. This is Urbi Islam bringing today's top stories. Let's begin with the headlines. UN Chief pledges full support for Bangladesh democratic transition. Some international quarters trying to obstruct polls, says Chief Advisor. BNP wants inclusive politics, opposes religion-based division, says Salahuddin. Madagascar president dissolves government amid Gen Z protests. And Liton Dash apologizes after Bangladesh Asia Cup exit. You have just had a glimpse of the headlines. Let's move from the headlines to the heart of the stories. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres expressed firm support for Bangladesh democratic transition and reform program. He made the remarks during a meeting with Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus at UN headquarters in New York on September 29, according to the Chief Advisor's press wing. Professor Yunus led a high-level delegation including Tawhid Hussain, Dr. Khalilur Rahman, Sirajuddin Mia and Lamia Morshed. Discussions focused on political reforms, the February national election, accountability for July coup atrocities, global trade protectionism and preparations for the International Rohingya Conference scheduled for September 30. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus warned that certain international groups are attempting to hinder Bangladesh election process. He described the upcoming months as critical as the country approaches the February national polls, stressing the urgency of safeguarding democracy and calling for vigilance during this transitional period. Yunus urged international human rights defenders to increase visits to Bangladesh. He made the appeal during a meeting in New York with a high-level delegation led by Kerry Kennedy, president of Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights, highlighting external pressures and calling for transparency in democratic process. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed emphasized that BNP rejects religious-based divisions in politics. He said the party embraces inclusivity across communities and religions while working to uphold citizens' democratic right to vote, presenting itself as a platform for broader national unity and electoral participation. Speaking Tuesday after paying tribute at Zia Rahman's grave on the anniversary of the nationalist Ulama Party, Salahuddin noted that citizens are election-focused. Candidates are campaigning actively. He warned that any party trying to block the election will be exposed and politically rejected by the people. Madagascar has been shaken by youth-led Gen Z protests over electricity and water shortages. The unrest has triggered violence and casualties, prompting President Andy Rajoelina to announce the dissolution of his government during a national address, acknowledging governance failures and public grievances. BBC reported the development on September 30. In his Monday televised address, Rajoelina admitted shortcomings in his administration, stating if members of the government have failed in their responsibilities, we recognize it and apologize. The dissolution aims to quell mounting public anger and restore political stability. Now news on sports. Bangladesh exited from the Super 4 stage of the Asia Cup 2025, failing to meet fans' expectations of reaching the final. Captain Liton Dash issued a heartfelt apology on Facebook Tuesday, expressing regret and taking responsibility on behalf of the entire team. Liton wrote that the team gave its best but could not achieve the goal of reaching the final and winning the title. He conveyed sincere apologies to supporters, acknowledging their passion and loyalty. The statement underscored the team's disappointment and commitment to bounce back stronger. That's all for today's Evening News Bulletin. Stay tuned for more updates, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Good night.